Hey friends, Angela here.
Hi guys, I'm Jace.
All right, let's bring it in.
Boom.
Boom. I am so pleased to have you today. Once again, you can see we are on location. We're not in my podcast studio today. It's a little too cold to smoke in my garage today. But we're at, tell them where we are.
Hey guys, we're at Cigar on Main in Beacon, New York, 288 Main Street. Beautiful smoke shop and lounge.
Yeah. Yes, and then hopefully if I could get this up in time, I want to let you know, and you will know, that we're going to be having an event here for myself. I'm going to, where my real estate world meets the cigar world, coming here in March. So like I said, we'll get that up and out and spread the word for all the local people in the Hudson Valley, and we're going to be partying here. It's going to be open to the public, so, you know,
A little real estate shindig.
yeah. So we gotta get right into our cut and light, right? Right off the top, we're gonna cut and light. And when I didn't even know what Jace was picking. We didn't discuss it prior to meeting here, right? Today
Drew
we,
Estate, we did not, but I picked a Drew Estate Java.
yeah,
First time.
which is really cool because I picked Drew Estate, so we're gonna be talking a little Drew Estate today. What do you know? So it works out. So let's do a little cut and light. So actually, while I cut this, do you kind of want to say why you picked that? Is there a reason why you picked that today?
I made a coffee downstairs at the lounge. Ed has a nice coffee machine here at Cigar on Main, so I made a little coffee. I sucked it down a little bit, but I wanted to have a good cigar to complement my coffee this morning. And this Java latte, Drew Estate, aromatics. I feel like it's gonna balance out my coffee pretty well. It's what, maybe 11 o'clock in the morning right now. We're shooting, so yeah, a little morning coffee and cigar.
Yeah, actually, talking about in the morning, I always usually cheers with some spirits, but let's cheers with what we have. You've got coffee. What I have, I got the. Okay, so thank you for coming.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Salute.
Salute. Cheers to you. What type of cut did you do on that?
Just a clean cut, open cut for the Java.
Have you ever done? Do you like a V?
I haven't done a V
oh,
yet.
Oh,
And I would have done a V kind of for a shape of a cigar like you have, the more robust, rounder one. I think the V would be a nice cut. But this Java by Drew Estate's kind of a square shaped cigar, so I thought a clean cut would be best.
yeah, nice. Yeah, the other day I don't know what I had. I had maybe like that's like what they call that, a box press. Is that not a box press, or that? Because I've never seen. It's like
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's pretty very square.
Very square,
Yeah,
feels very well molded and
Yeah.
put together.
It's gonna be
It's not a
good.
cigar that should fall apart easy at all. It's very packed tight in the cut.
Sometimes like with the box press, I'll do like the V cut kind of like on the angle.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Yeah, across from corner to corner. But what I did, Jace, the other day, I was at a lounge. I did it twice, and they call that the crown cut, I guess, or whatever.
You did a box cut on. You did a cut on both edges of the square.
Yeah, I did the V, boom, and then cross cut it, boom. I did the V twice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they call that the crown cut.
Mm-hmm.
But then the whole tip of it's like fell apart, and I was like, I just ruined the cigar. I think I went a little too far down, and then all other guys at the lounge was like, Ange, you're not really supposed to, you're going too deep there. You're making the whole top fall apart. I'm like, listen, I could be a seasoned cigar smoker, but still make rookie mistakes. It's all good.
It's all good.
I'm no expert really at anything here, I think. So, but why I picked this, if anybody has checked out some of my previous videos, I like to rate my cigars. And for the last 2 years, I've been saying that the Pappy Van Winkle comes in at number one. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
I love it. I love it. It's the leaves were soaked in bourbon barrels, fermented in bourbon barrels. So the flavor there's a lot of flavor in it.
I mean, the flavor on this Java is really good. It definitely has like a little sweet in there, but there are hints of chocolate and coffee. It's actually really good. And that cut you were just talking about, I think you should try it with a cigar like this because it's packed really well. It's rolled really well, actually.
Nice.
But I guess they roll it, then they do box press it.
Yeah. Good times. All right, so Jace has the Drew Estate. I've got the Drew Estate. It's a Drew kind of day. So what do you what turned you on to Drew Estate? Like, do you have like favorite cigars, or you just kind of roll with it?
I'm kind of rolling with
All right,
it.
so we have our cigars lit, and why don't you tell the people all about yourself. And
Thanks, Angela. Hi guys, my name is Jace. I actually do the marketing here at Cigar on Main, the lounge experience. I also came up with the slogan, Smoke, Lounge, Belong, and made a little character called CG that many of you may have seen. I designed a billboard for Ed, and it was on, I think, leading into Wappingers with CG and a bow tie. So that's my design. And really love marketing and being creative. And as I got tied into the lounge, my father passed about 3 years ago. He was a big cigar smoker. So when this lounge opened, I walked right in just to smell the cigars and reminisce a little bit of the memory of my father and something that he was very passionate about, and smoked a cigar on the daily. So that's a little bit about me. And I'm just kind of really dabbling in the cigar world now, more so. My first Drew estate, and it's really good. This Java is top tier. Really like it. Love the culture as well.
yeah, so I like how you said kind of what brought you in here was your dad.
Mm-hmm.
So before this place opened, because this place is fairly new, where were you smoking, or were you just kind of like reconnected with cigars?
Reconnected with cigars more recently when Ed was at his other location on Main Street by the waterfall.
Yeah.
I popped in there. When he moved over here, I popped in here. So
Yeah.
kind of just reconnecting. Something that I connected with my father smoking cigars. So it was good to pop in here and just see the culture. Older men, women as well, obviously in the lounge. But this is something my dad would have loved.
Oh, yeah.
So just to be in here and kind of reminisce off the memory of him is why I kind of pop in here. And then Ed needed a little marketing help. And I
Get the
jumped
media.
right in.
Hey, I called Jace the media expert over here. This guy, I asked him edit questions. I'm like, what do you got? He knows, you know your stuff, you know your apps and your way around everything. But yeah, this cigar smoking for me too is very nostalgic. It's very tied to my family roots. My dad didn't smoke cigars, but my grandpa's brother and cousins did.
Okay.
So growing up, pretty much since I was born, there was always somebody chewing a cigar over my head at some kind of party. and I could remember, I guess my earliest memory, I'd be about 6 or whatever, and I could just remember loving the smell of the cigar. And then I guess, you know, once I became an adult, it took me a long while before I really lit one myself. And then when my kids were kind of small, I did that, you know, I was like, I didn't smoke on purpose. And, you know, I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke, but I didn't smoke. Yeah, whatever it was. Because, you know, like we went, I'm a bit older than you, but there was a lot of that, the Truth, remember like the Truth commercial? Yeah, and there was a whole, and I'm of the generation where we saw the change of like smoking, literally, I mean, listen, when my mom, when I was born, people were smoking pregnant. So that's not, but I come from like, I saw when they like took it out of the bars, took it out of the restaurants. So I think I kind of flowed with that for my kids to not really have, so then it was a little while before I actually picked up a cigar alone myself type of thing. But so you're saying, did you ever smoke with your dad? Like, were you able to have that opportunity?
Yeah, dabbled in smoking with my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I was probably smoking out the womb because my dad, we would go on road trips. My dad's smoking the whole way to South Carolina, 12 hours.
Oh, in the car. So you really, yeah.
He smoked in the house.
Yeah. Okay.
He had his solitude and smoked in his car too. But he would smoke in the basement. But smoke rises. So I would know when my dad's smoking easily.
Yeah.
So love cigar smoke, but also had to build a tolerance for it anyway, because it can get overwhelming a little bit.
It can get, as much as I love the aroma, like this outside aroma, it can become overwhelming.
I mean, Cigar on Main has great ventilation. My parents' house did not have ventilation. My dad's basement didn't have ventilation.
No.
There's smoke heaters here, a fresh air ventilation vent that Ed has in here. My house didn't have that. The car, all we could do was roll the windows down, going 80 miles an hour. So a different tolerance for it. Now that I can kind of relax and sit in more of the culture of it, which I did do with my dad outside sometimes.
Yeah.
I get it. There's a piece to it. There's a piece in even seeing the smoke dance.
Oh, I totally believe that, yeah. For me, I think as soon as I start, before I puff it, as soon as the smoke, the smoke dance, as you call it, comes off of the lit cigar, this outside aroma, I call it, the outside aroma, I just get very like,
yeah, it's chill.
It definitely is a good. I've had people tell me, there was a lady once, she's older than me, and she said, once I started smoking cigars, I didn't need my blood pressure medicine anymore. I said, hey, listen, I mean, that sounds, I don't
good.
have high blood pressure, but maybe because I do this, but.
No, it's ritualistic.
It is
it's
ritualistic.
Calming. The reason why many people smoke cigarettes even in the first place. People do it, you see cigarette smokers is more popular if you work at a restaurant and people take a cigarette break, but cigars are much more therapeutic to me.
Yeah.
Because they each have a different aroma, especially if you have a different variety that you can smoke. It's therapy in it for sure.
I think therapeutic is a good word for it. So definitely comment below if A, you love Drew Estate. Listen, if you don't, let us know too, but be nice. And if you also feel like cigars for you are ritualistic and therapeutic, because I agree with that for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So have you tried these?
Yes, the Abbina sodas are very good. What flavor do you have here? The, cherry almond, earth and oak moss kind of vibe to it.
Yeah,
yes,
I wanted to.
I think this would actually probably even go well with this one.
Yeah,
with
the cherry. I picked this one. The downstairs, because they carry them here at Cigar in Maine. He's sold out of the coffee. There's one with like coffee.
The coffee one I think is one of the most popular ones right now.
So I was gonna pick that to go with the Pappy, but the cherry pulls with the bourbon on that, it's nice. Because to me, I say that this has a little bit of like a dry tinge to it, but I like it. People like. Listen, everyone's palate is different, really. Everyone's their own, which is fine because, listen, you could like chicken, you could like eggplant, you could hate it. So, I mean, that's the same with cigars. It's all subjective, really, to your palate.
Indeed.
But this is nice with
this
that.
Java, Drew Estate,
so
smooth. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
The taste on my palate just from pulling is like a hint of sweet, but chocolate coffee, like a milk chocolate, not a dark chocolate. Maybe hints of caramel in there, and I love caramel. Like it's a really good smooth pulling. I think on the third pull it was pulling so smooth.
So Jace, I want to know more of like your media. Like, was there a pivot in your life? Did you go to school for it, or were you like? Was it always there? Were you painting and drawing when you were a boy?
I kind of want to say
creative.
Yes. Always been creative. I like interior design. I always sketched as a kid. Art class is one of my favorites, art and science. So I've always been kind of very, very creative. So the opportunity, moving back to Beacon, I've been back 3 years now since my father passed, and just seeing businesses in Beacon compared to Connecticut, a lot of them don't have strong foundational social media marketing campaigns. And I'm local, I work remotely. So I was like, let me help with other businesses and satisfy a passion that I have, that is being creative. Creating the CG logo and the slogan for Cigar in Maine was cool.
I like that. Do you spell it CEEGE? Is it because it's like cigar, right? CG, the cigar guy?
Yeah, on the logo, I'll send it to you. It's just C.G.
Oh, okay.
Short for cigar.
Yeah, I like that.
It's on his little bow tie and Tuck's little outfit.
Yeah, so you created that logo, right?
Actually, Cigar on Main and the two cigars making an X
Yeah.
was already pre-existing.
Yeah.
When Ed moved over to this location, he wanted to add the lounge experience to the logo.
Yeah.
So I did remaster the logo and add the lounge experience text.
Yeah.
And then I created CG and the slogan "Smoke Lounge Belong."
Yeah, Smoke Lounge Belong. So now, where can we find you on Instagram outside of? Because I know, like, when people see what's going on with what you post, Cigar on Main, that's kind of like your artwork. Is it mostly?
Yeah, my design,
artwork?
my creation of things.
Yeah. But where else can we find you? Like,
I mean, I have a.
Because I'll put the link, post edit. I'll put the link here for.
Well, I love photography too. That's another of my passions. So I have a little Instagram photography page called JFlashography.
All right, can we put that up?
Yeah, certainly, of course.
Yeah, because definitely, I'm gonna let the people know. Like I said in my previous videos, this lounge is in a train town. So there's no excuse for you not to get here.
Yes,
I mean, wherever you are, really, tri-state. I mean, you could just go from Grand Central right here, and you could walk, right? You could walk when you get off the train. It's not even a mile, I think, when you get off the train.
Yep, not even a mile, right to Main Street.
Right here. So if you're looking for a new lounge to hit up, come to Beacon. And if you see the, I put him here too. That's a cool. CG. I'll put him in. He's cool. So Jace, he's the guy behind it, all the media and stuff.
Little mascot, little smoking in a bow tie type of mascot. We could probably throw him in the video.
Yeah, that'd be cute. Yeah, how did you get him to move like that? I mean, you got to teach me stuff.
Animation, a little Adobe Photoshop, some help with some friends. I'm very creative, but I'm not super efficient. So it's all about networking and knowing who to go to and use. And some of my friends have taught me a lot.
Yeah, I like when he does like a little like, hey, it's the Super Bowl, guys, and I'm like, oh, the cigar is moving. But so the creativeness and cigars, I think, kind of tie hand in hand, because this is, Puros and music. And for anybody that's new to the channel, welcome. I'll tell you right now, on Spotify, under the podcast name Puros and Music Podcast, you can find our public playlist, because I like to talk about music, and we're going to get into what we like to listen to when we're smoking and this and that in a minute. But and whatever we talk about, I'm going to put those artists up on that Spotify public playlist. But I think too, like, being that you're creative, that kind of also is like, because my son, he's a graphic design student. One of my sons are twins, and shout out to both my kids. I don't want to leave the other guy out. Sometimes I see him, he likes some of my stories, and I think, oh, okay, good support, good family support out there. So he's a graphic design student, but I feel like he's always, that was like, when I could tell when he was a little boy, drawing and stuff was like almost therapeutic for him. And so did you find, like, did you ever like go in like a little corner of the house and just kind of like,
I mean, I'm not super old, but this is the era before social media, me growing up, so we were outside playing basketball all day. And then when it was wintertime, I'm on the computer doing things, AOL, AIM, but I had my little writing desk where I would get yelled at by my mom to do my math tables, my multiplication tables and stuff, but she would support things and buy me a drawing pad, stencils, the crayon era, which I'm sure is sadly dying nowadays. And I was over there. I love
crayons.
Yeah.
Please tell me you love Crayola.
Crayola, it's the main, the 100 pack they would have.
Yeah, I remember when I first got when I first got the 64 pack back in the day,
the
I was like,
pack.
I probably got that like either for birthday, Christmas, what have you. That was big back then. I mean, because I'm Gen X, so I remember getting the 64 pack, and man, was I pleased.
And yeah, I was playing with my crayons and watching my cartoons and remaking the characters, the Ninja Turtle characters, and trying to draw them, coloring books, stuff like that. Yeah. So always had a passion for the creative. And
I like the Ninja Turtles too.
Yeah, the Ninja Donatello. Who's your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. Because my brother, I grew up with him watching it, and then my kids, then they kind of rebooted it with like they made a new, the better looking cartoon type of thing, new graphics. Yeah,
new era.
But I guess like who's like there was like a funny guy that was more like
it's
always
been
made
so
those.
Long.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
I mean, yeah, love them.
Now my kids are in college, so.
The realistic movies were cool too.
But I did enjoy watching, because there were certain shows. Because you're not a dad, right?
No, not.
When you have like a 3-year-old or sometimes your 4 or 7-year-old is just like hogging what the shows are and not my show.
You have to adopt.
Yeah, you have to. Sometimes their shows, I'd be like, oh God, I'm not watching. This is like.
And then you're like, wait.
Yeah, but with the Ninja Turtles, I was like, hey, I liked when they came on. They had good theme songs, good antics, and there was like that floating brain or something.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, you're bringing back the memories. But my current version of that is like dating someone, and they're really into reality shows and that reality TV aspect, which I do like reality shows, but I'm really not going to get into them unless I'm like dating someone and they're really into. Housewives of Orange County or something.
Yeah, I like how you're holding on to that ash there. You're winning the ash contest, long ash contest. All right, so I like to talk about music. I always, people that watch this know when I'm in my fire pit, the first thing I tend to do is when I've got some time, on a Sunday, what have you, I like to bring my Bluetooth out in my backyard and put on an album. That's kind of what I try to do. Also, people tell me that's more of like a Gen X thing, that we used to listen to albums like the songs in a row. But you're not like you said, you're not like, what are you, like a millennial?
Yeah, I would be considered a millennial.
Yeah, so was that like, would you say like, let's say when you were like 12 or 10, was that something that like, you like if you, when a cassette or CD dropped, you were like, oh, I got, like, you wanted to listen to it, like song 1, 2. Because to me, I feel like certain bands, because there were certain bands that like they purposely placed like track 4 was track 4 for a reason. Like I remember like Extreme. I don't know if you know that band. It's like kind of like a rock metal, and they had some crossover music like on MTV back in the day. But they did like concept albums back in the '90s, and it would be like on purpose that they want you. And also I think like Van Halen did some stuff like that where they want. I don't know if we like different music, but I tend to like
Van Halen.
Okay,
I know some songs.
yeah, because I think certain albums they like place the songs in a row on purpose. So
for me, I'm still the era of having a big old cassette deck or the Walkman, a stereo. I think the first stereo I got was probably on my birthday. I'm a December baby. And I had it on my shelf that I put in my room to hold the big old thing.
Was it a CD player?
CD player,
yeah, I think I know the one. Was it Sony? Because in the '90s,
Walmart,
I remember when the big popular one came out. I think my younger brother was like,
it was silver. It was
same.
cool.
He was like, yeah.
I was a person to like, if I had a favorite song, I would just have it on repeat, blast it, and then I would go to my favorite song and then kind of explore the rest of the album over time. Because I probably already knew the song that was popular on the radio, and then I would get the album for my birthday, Christmas, buy for myself, and I would just go on repeat for that song and then discover the rest of the album kind of slower. Because I'm a runner, so I'd work out a lot. I was a little kid growing up, so my home routine was push-ups and sit-ups to kind of get respect from being picked on in elementary school and stuff. And I was like, well, I'm just going to be in really good shape. And I got respect from just being fast. Speedy Gonzalez, old school pickleball. I don't know if you kids even play that anymore. It's like a baseball thing, but we played pickleball growing up and wall ball. So
wall ball. My kids,
yes.
I remember they said that they did that in junior high. And pickleball. Yeah, but pickleball, it's different. Is it different what you did in school than what they're doing is it the one on the tennis court? The court? Tennis-like court? Or is that something different? That's what you mean by pickleball, what they're doing now?
Oh, well,
I think there's
I
like
play pickleball too, but so yeah, I mean pickle. Sorry, I'm saying
Oh,
pickleball.
yeah, because I think my kids did play pickle. They told me, but because when pickleball kind of like exploded a little bit, they're like, no, it was a little bit different. Something was
pickle
different.
is just like in the baseball when you would get the runner in between two bases.
Yeah.
So we would have two trees, and you have to get tagged before you hit the next tree. So I'll just be back and forth, and I never would get caught. And people are like, wow, I want him on my team. He's so fun at pickleball.
Yeah.
So I just worked on my speed. Our nickname was Speedy Gonzalez. So that was my kind of vibe, and I would like listen to a song and just do a push-up workout. Or I was like 4'11", 80 pounds going to 9th grade.
Wow, and then you must have had some growth spurt.
Never had a growth spurt. I'm only 5'8", people. It was very small, incremental.
Wow. Cool. Well, I mean, my mom, I'm 100% Sicilian American, so my mom right now is 4'10". And my brother, he kind of struggled with that a little bit because he was super small, and he didn't spurt until 10th grade.
Lucky him.
And but he used to be like, "Ma," like they'd be standing like
How tall is he now?
Is he now? I think actually 5'10". He kind of grew and then he grew again, which is really.
I mean,
crazy.
lucky him.
There's some height on my dad's side, but on my mom's side, I mean, my grandpa even was like barely. I don't even know. I think I'm taller than my mom's parents, but they're all in heaven now. But
yeah, I leaned into.
But
sports.
you seem like.
I mean, 5'8", I'm athletic, but literally.
But you stand like some yeah.
I mean,
so
I've still,
I thought you were taller than that. You seem taller than that, so that's.
But yeah, sports really build up some confidence for me and respect from being picked on because I'll play basketball and I can jump really high, higher than most people taller than me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool
I can
though.
dunk a basketball in my prime.
Yeah.
So yeah, really gained respect from sports and music-wise. Really tied in. Music and sports really tied in for me. I'll get in my zone and go for a run. I ran track from actually 8th grade all the way into college. Oh, nice. Yeah, so that keeps you lean and tall. Because I think too, when you're like, you do stand. I definitely thought you were taller than that, but it doesn't. Hey, I know from even my own sons and my brother, they do say like, the guys. Because I'm a girl, but like guys are always like, they're standing back to back and they're like. Yes.
They're always commenting on height. I'm like, guys, you all just look great.
Nah, height is still a major thing in society.
Yeah, you and your buddies, do they kind of razz you a little bit, or?
I mean, no, not as an adult as much.
No, because you earn their respect by being speedy.
I mean, yes.
And they're probably definitely jealous that you could pop up and and dunk like that.
Yeah, not
Because-
easily, but I've been able
that's-
to over the years.
Even
but,
like sometimes a 6-footer can't dunk.
Mhm.
They
Nah,
have to
yeah.
have the right agility.
Running track in college, I've seen some athletic-looking people, but it doesn't mean you're
Not as
athletic.
agile. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't mean muscled out, but it doesn't mean you're athletic. So
Yeah.
gained some respect in that, and that really tied into, like you mentioned, music. I liked good hard hip hop beats or Latin beats. That really got me in the zone for going on a long run or working out. But I'm a sprinter, but also ran cross country, for example.
Oh.
So a lot of endurance and in decent shape.
So for our for podcast purposes, let's tell the people your favorite artist. I'll put it up. Your favorite artist on the Spotify.
I mean, I'll lead with a favorite genre into my favorite artist.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be R&B. I love jazz though, but favorite artist right now, I'll go with old school R&B Donnell Jones. A particular song, All Her Love. I'm a romantic, so I kind of love Donnell Jones's vibe, early '90s R&B artist.
Nice. How's that go?
All Her Love. I'm not gonna hurt the people's ears. And
You're creative, but can you sing?
I mean, in the shower, in the car, by myself. I have a nice voice for it, but I need some lessons. Shout out to maybe Jennifer Silva, a local
Oh, yeah.
artist. She does lessons.
She's coming on next. We're going to talk about her music.
She does do vocal lessons, so maybe I need to take a lesson or two from her.
Oh, she is so good. She doesn't even need a microphone.
Nah, she is.
I'm going to put her
natural
link
talent.
down here too, guys. Check her out. And how do you pronounce her last name properly? Jennifer
Silva.
Silva, yeah.
Yes.
You guys, you have to check her out. 'Cause
She's on Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah, she writes her own music. And like I said, she doesn't even need a microphone. She was here singing. She has such a powerful voice. She was really good. She was like, I get like when you go to see something live. Sometimes I feel like
There's emotion tied to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's emotion tied to smoking a cigar sometimes because you're in your emotion sitting
Yeah.
with it, listening to music usually as well.
Yeah.
Holding on to my ash.
Yeah.
stack.
Look at that.
Holding on to my, what did Ed and I call it one day? I guess ash stack. Something.
Ash stack. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's an ash contest. I guess I don't know what.
I've
state
seen
it's-
some videos floating
yeah.
around on the socials.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how they can get it like almost the whole cigar. I don't know. Is there some prize money in that?
I mean, I'll jump in the
They're giving out a
competition.
couple $1,000, so
But I think
I'll
it's-
practice that.
I think it's the way they built the cigar. That it keeps
Oh
it a
yeah,
little easier.
they're very. They're considered kind of still like I don't know if like if you'd call them a boutique brand, would you? Because in the entire cigar world, but they've been around now for over 20 years, so I feel like they made Drew Estate. He came up pretty far. I mean, when people like they still kind of compare the stuff to like Padrones and the old school families of like cigars, but. I mean, did you see how Jonathan Drew just dropped his new? I guess he has a son now, and he's going to expand the legacy of his.
Oh, that's cool. Passing it down.
Yeah, he rebranded, and I guess he's going to do like a whole big thing in Florida. They're going to have like a whole lounge event experience with food and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something that you might attend, or have you attended something like that?
I would love to, but I don't get down to Florida like I should, like I want to. Because have you ever been to Tampa? Because that's like, I guess.
Yeah, I did a road trip to Tampa. I liked it, the area.
And did you hit any lounges on purpose, or you just sort of stumbled?
I did
upon?
not hit any cigar lounges when I was there, though.
Yeah.
Short little weekender trip, but I did really like Tampa. I went to a museum,
Yeah.
a few foodie spots. I'm a big foodie. I just look skinny. But yeah, I haven't dabbled any. I think there's one from one of the patrons here that frequents one in Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right. Well, based on time, we're gonna wrap this up. So thank you so much for coming on. I'm so pleased to have you. I learned that the one thing I just learned about you today is that you could slam dunk
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah. Not easily,
Because
but
that hoop's like at 10 feet, right? That's the stand. Yeah. So this guy, he could slam dunk. I love that. Because I got a hoop in my backyard, and I try to actually just dribble myself, just to kind of like for my exercise, just for fun. I shoot around in my backyard just to kind
good
of like
cardio. For
yeah, because they say as you get up there in age, especially women, that you have I don't know, I don't like to really talk about getting older, but they say to keep your shoulders. If you don't rotate your shoulders,
Mobility
they'll
is
seize
important.
up. So
Yeah.
I said, you know what? My kid's got that hoop in the back. Let Mama shoot around.
You got to lift that cigar up.
Yeah. Yeah. So once again, I am so pleased you're here.
Thank you for
Definitely, will
having
you
me.
come on again? I'd love to have
Certainly,
you
yes.
again. All right. So you have any closing remarks?
We're on site at Cigar on Main. If you haven't been, check us out. 288 Main Street. in Beacon.
288 Main Street, you heard it here. And we'll see
See
you
you
next
next
time.
time.